Hey, George Williams, founder and CEO of ReliabilityX, here to talk about our second building block within the operational reliability domain. And that building block is operations planning. Operations planning ensures the right number of resources are allocated so that we can optimize plant output for the weekly production schedule. It looks at things like forecasts and helps determine which lines are critical for that week, which lines maybe we can execute some preventative maintenance on that may be scheduled, and how do we combine all of that scheduling to make sure that we hit our expectations for the week, both in operations and maintenance. It allocates the appropriate amount of resources. Do I need some temps? Do I have 3 full shifts on every line? Or does one line have to run 2 shifts because I don't necessarily have the demand? Do I have to run Saturday because I've got more demand than I can possibly handle? Operations planning handles all of those aspects. It takes your forecast and your expected sales and helps you develop a weekly schedule. That weekly schedule and planning should do things like limit the number of changeovers or product changes. This helps the line be more efficient and have maximum capacity output. It should also seek to maximize or minimize the changeovers that take place during the week. If sales has a tendency to call up last minute and change the schedule, that can create a chaotic operational performance. We want to try to minimize that as best as possible. Obviously, that's not always possible, but if we can minimize that, there's definitely some normalized demand that takes place every week. We should be bucketing that in as large of groups as possible to minimize the impact of potential changes and minimize the impact of having too many changeovers. So operations planning allocates resources, creates a schedule, and makes sure that we can maximize plant output while meeting customer demand.